Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are making another one of how good is unit tests in Medieval 2 Total War, and this time we are testing the Holy Roman Empire's elite unit Zwei Handers. And to be honest, I'm expecting the unit to perform quite poorly, mainly because of the two-handed glitch, or rather the animation speed issues that two-handed weapons do have in the game. So the unit description says that they will whittle down enemies quite fast, and they are actually doing surprisingly well here. But at the same time, they most likely will take quite heavy casualties. So that's an issue. As you can see, they are already taking those casualties. But let's see if we could get at least a clear victory with the unit. Perhaps a flanking charge here. Yeah, some more casualties inflicted. Okay, less than 100 remaining over there. And none of these are breaking quite just yet. Wavering but not breaking, which is rather bad. Okay, first one is breaking. But alas, it seems that we are unable to get a chain route. Perhaps as the bodyguard is running away, we can get a flanking charge, or rather the captain is running away. Good. And perhaps we could deal with the captain himself.
The enemy force remains.
Okay, those are rallying. I mean, the animations are rather interesting. Okay, good. Because when seeing how Zwei Handers are actually used in real life, they are kind of a crowd control weapon. So one would be swinging it all around oneself.
Time to press the attack. No one shall doubt that we are the victors on this day.
Yeah, I think it's relatively clear victory. Yeah. If it were less than 300, it would be average, but yeah, clear victory here. Okay, and now for the proper test. So let's see how we will fare against the elite opponents. I think these two units by themselves would be annihilated by those two quite clearly, but perhaps if we can snipe the enemy captain, the tide could be turned. Yeah, and as you can see, those guys are taking quite a beating already. Let's hope we could get a nice charge in here. Okay. That's looking rather decent. At least the bodyguard unit is taking quite a bit of beating. But where is the enemy captain himself? Over there? Let's try to make sure that none of our units gets out of the battle too soon.
My lord, we have lost. Thank the Lord!
Okay, nice.
Our man has slain the enemy general.
So perhaps they will break soon, hopefully.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Yeah, I think this will actually be a loss because the enemies are not routing, breaking. So we have pretty much lost the edge we had with the surround. So basically this will go for probably average defeat. Well, I have to give them that they do fight to the bitter end rather nicely. But that's not quite enough in this case. So what are you guys doing? Well, probably that was actually a rather nice move, because more of the men actually get into the battle. So 44, 61, and there is that one. 25, yeah. So probably we can speed up things a bit. It's kind of decided already.
This loss saddens
Yeah.
the heart of all the folk who call the Reich home.
Yeah, clear defeat. I think it's actually average defeat because, well, they only have 158 men remaining. For that to be close defeat, I think there should have been less than about 100 enemies remaining, so it wasn't that close for close defeat. Okay, but let's see how these guys will do against cavalry. At least the charge did look rather... Oh, that's hurting. That's hurting quite a bit. So we should try to make it so that the cavalry just cannot get in those charges, because, well, that's just devastating. Okay. One beaten, and so much for that. And I hope that these units will actually thwart the cavalry charge of... How come? I think we have lost more than 40%. Well, if that's not the case, I'm not going to argue about that. And you should go actually after them.
Our men are winning the battle. Continue like this, and victory is ours.
So perhaps we can foil the charge.
The enemy has lost half his army. My lord, we have lost half the army.
Yeah, we have. Perhaps we should go that way.
The enemy of the Reich
Excellent.
is dead at our feet.
Okay, and you guys should go that way, and
Continue like this, and victory
you
is
should go
ours.
that way as well. I'm a bit afraid that at least that unit will rally. So that's going to be an issue. Unless, of course, we break this one really fast. But, okay, we did manage to do that. Excellent. So, close victory, we have 200 men remaining. Actually, it will be average because it's above 150. So, average victory. Okay, let's see. So, they don't have shields. That's going to be a problem for the Zwei Handers. But let's see how they will fare. They will eat at least 2 volleys. And of course it's going to be this chasing around competition. Oh, that's rather impressive.
Thanks the Lord. Our men has slain the enemy general.
I just have to keep chasing after them. No! Go that way.
Behold how
Oh.
our coward nearly
Wow.
lost this battle. But
That's
victory is
actually
ours.
clear victory, since we have more than 300 men remaining. I have to say that's rather impressive. Okay, so let's send them to battle. So I have to say I was kind of impressed on their performance against the crossbows, because they should be, at least if well protected, a rather hard counter to the unit that has heavy armor but no shield. But at least at this point it seems the hardest counter for this unit is actually the elite infantry that do have sword and shield. And actually even... well, let's hope they become a bit bogged down over there. Okay. The enemy captain is actually fighting over there. So if we could snipe him, that would be great, but it seems he's sniping the men trying to snipe him. So you guys are ready over there.
Thanks the Lord.
Okay, great.
Our men has slain the enemy general.
Great, great, great. And then you go after those crossbows and you take some vengeance on the feudal knights. And you guys move to... hopefully... Oh, okay, so... What? We are being flanked by crossbowmen charging at us. Okay, good. And could we perhaps break? Okay, let's see if we could foil the charge. At least somewhat. Okay, they are breaking, so those crossbowmen are not breaking anymore. So let's see if we could deal with this unit. They are practically surrounded.
The enemy has lost half his army.
Okay, good. And as the crossbows want to engage in melee, let's oblige them.
Continue like this, and victory is ours.
And perhaps we could make sure that these guys are not returning to the battle anymore. Okay, and it's a victory.
That was a closely won battle.
Okay, but average victory because more than 150 men remaining. So, overall the unit got 29 out of 40 points in battles, which is kind of average, in my opinion. Well, average victory was quite common for them. And the requirements, though, the unit costs 680, not too bad, earning it 2 points. The upkeep is 150, earning it 3 points, just barely, but 3 points nonetheless. The availability is 6 units, and the requirements are tier 5 barracks in castles, namely armory, earning it 1 point. So the total from requirements is 9 out of 18 points, and thus the total score for the unit is 38 out of 58 points. And that kind of puts the unit on par with Papal Guards, Jaguar Warriors, some other special elite units. So, yeah. And pretty much from the same reason. So the battle performance is average and the requirements are rather okay, especially from the cost and availability, but the actual building requirements are rather high. So I would say that the unit is not actually worth the high tier barracks. As well, agreed, upgraded, or feudal knights have dismounted feudal knights having upgrades beat them, but I think actually dismounted feudal knights or dismounted imperial knights will actually do rather similarly than these. So once again, with other elite units, a bit too little, a bit too late, and a bit too expensive. So the unit is decent in battle, especially if you manage to get a flank or rear charge. They can inflict rather nice damage, but overall, I don't think they have that much any special hitting or staying power that you should get them. Get, for example, crossbowmen instead. They can do that rather similar damage from a range. So this is my view of the unit. Do you agree or disagree? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member, and very special thanks to existing channel members Napoleon Complex, Cossack Hussar, Mark Anthony. Your support is greatly treasured. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.